The downward trend in the local buzz continued as the NSE All-Share Index suffered losses on 4 and 5 trading sessions, and however the benchmark index closed flat week on week to settle at 27,918.59 basis points, while year-to-date loss stood at minus 11.2%. Investors lost 444.6 million naira in value as market capitalization decreased by 13.6 trillion naira. Now, this is the portfolio reaching you from the stables of the Nigerian Television Authority, News 24 Abuja. I'm Chimobi Walter Naji. Now, on today's edition, our focus is on the trade relations between Nigeria's private sector businesses and the Democratic Republic of Congo and possible ways of harnessing gains of such relationships. Let's now join Comfort Amadu with the business news segment before delving into the focus of the day.
Thank you, Walter, and a warm welcome to the news segment. We begin with the report of the federal government's resolve to create enabling environments for businesses to thrive in the country. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says the government is confident that young entrepreneurs will transform Africa's economy through their various skills and crafts. This was at an entrepreneurship forum where he challenged African entrepreneurs to work towards changing the mono-economic disposition of most African countries, saying the heads of governments in Africa should position itself to provide funds for young entrepreneurs as well as opportunities for capacity building.
We must find young entrepreneurs and provide opportunities for capacity building. Our school curriculums must emphasize not just science, technology, engineering, and maths, which we're doing now, but critical thinking and entrepreneurship.
Meanwhile, the federal government, through the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, has expended 851.38 billion naira on joint venture oil and gas assets in the first 5 months of 2019. The NNPC, which represents the federal government in the joint venture with private oil firms, has an obligation to make cash call payment for the development of the joint venture's assets. Under the joint venture arrangement, both the NNPC and private operators contribute to the funding of operations in the proportion of their equity holdings and generally receive the produced crude oil in the same ratio, with a total crude and gas export receipt of $547.61 million recorded in May 2019 against $432.80 million in April 2019. This is in line with President Muhammadu Buhari's direction to the corporation to immediately commence the restructuring of the joint venture of assets to reduce government shareholdings to not less than 40% within the 2019 fiscal year. And in the meantime, the Debt Management Office has offered 3 instruments, a 5-year, 10-year and 30-year tenors with a total value of 145 billion naira for subscription to the investing public at its July 2019 federal government bond auction on the 24th of July 2019. The 298 competitive bids were received from investors for the 3 instruments, a value of 301.02 billion naira, indicating a subscription level of 207.6%. And in all, 145.02 billion naira was released at the auction through both competitive and non-competitive bids. And that ends the news for now. Portfolio continues with Walter. Many thanks for watching. I'm Comfort Amadu.
Welcome back. Nigeria's foreign trade policy over time has been such that suggests an improved trade relations among African countries to foster integration and hasten development on the continent. Now, in this regard, over the weekend in Abuja, stakeholders, including the President's African Development Bank, Akinwumi Adesina, and the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Felix Tshisekedi, came together to forge a common front in strengthening the areas of interest for both countries. Now, this is on the fringes news of a renewed effort between the two leaders during a breakfast meeting with Nigeria's private sector operators in Abuja. Now, the aim is to open up different areas of collaboration for Nigerian investors to take advantage of the resources and enabling business environment in the Congo. Now, the portfolio crew was at the meeting, and here is the highlights of what transpired at the meeting.
There is strong room for collaboration between Nigeria and Congo. Nigeria is strong in steel, so we need to export more of that to you. The ITC, International Trade Center, Export Potential Map identifies potential for DRC to also increase its copper exports to Nigeria. But the DRC's biggest export partners are China, Zambia, UAE, and South Korea. Your biggest import partners are China, South Africa, Zambia, and Belgium. Here today, we need to change that narrative. Here today, we need to tell you that the cooperation is going to be now, we take those countries off, and it becomes Nigeria and other African countries. Mr. President, you were part of the strong African president team that signed the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. And what that means is that we now need to trade more amongst ourselves. Mr. President, I welcome you to your second home in Africa, which is Nigeria. You must take residence quickly. We have land for you in Ogun State. And indeed, if you decide to residence in Abuja. But this, Mr. President, is your second home. So I welcome you and thank you very much for ovation.
Your Excellency, you have a distinguished cream of Nigerian business folks that are here. Let me thank every single one of you, Your Excellency, the Governor, all the top business folks that are here. Aladi Talab, it's good to see you, sir, and everybody else. I know that the invitation the time was short, but I really, really value the fact that you all showed up this morning for President Felix Tshisekedi. This morning, I'm actually wearing 3 hats, maybe 4. The first one, of course, is I'm wearing the hat as a Nigerian, and so I will always promote Nigeria's interests. The second one is I'm wearing the hat of President.
You find me, find this
so we, want to work with so many of you and Mr. President. The third one, of course, is that I bring the resources of the African Union. But the fourth hat for this morning, and the most important one, is I'm actually here this morning as the friend of the President. I visited his country. His father, for those of you, you will know, and all of what he did. His father was a great man. And when I went to see him in DRC, we were in his office. And as I looked behind me, I saw a painting. And that painting was his father behind him with some binoculars and with a baton in his hand. And he was handing the baton to President Tshisekedi. And as we were walking out, I said, Mr. President, there's something else that my eyes caught here. And he said, what was it? I said, the binoculars. Because it meant that your father was not only handing you the baton, he was also giving you the binoculars so that you can see far. He is a man that's very dynamic. He got the baton from his father. He has now the binoculars. He has seen, and when he looked very far, he saw Nigeria. That's what he said. Why is it that I am so excited about the Democratic Republic of Congo? The Democratic Republic of Congo is just blessed, just like Nigeria, blessed of God in every single thing. And I like to say that poverty is not an asset. And we have to make sure that we turn potential into reality. We take a look at it in terms of minerals, oil, like gold. diamonds. You look at it, copper. If you look at it in terms of cobalt, they account for 50% of the global supply of cobalt. And cobalt, for those of you who know it, is really what you use now for all your phones and all these things. They account for 50% of that. You look at coltan. You look at tantalum. These are the things that drive all the pieces. You have all the things, gadgets that you all have here. They are actually the leader in that. An assessment was done way back. Of course, minerals don't grow, but the stock of assets don't change. In 2009, they found that the discovered assets that they have in Democratic Republic of Congo, just for minerals alone, was worth a whopping $24 trillion. I said it, so it's not naira. It's $24 trillion. And I was telling His Excellency, Mr. President, that we have to do everything possible under his leadership, with his vision, clear binoculars, go to this place and mobilize capital. I am a big believer in African capital. Because I think that's the reason why God gave you all those resources, is so that you can use them for Africa to develop and develop in pride. That's very important. And so that's why I brought the president here this morning. The second one that I want to say to you is about what they have in energy sector. When I went to see the president, he took me to a place called, the Inga. And let me just ask, how many of you are part of Inga project? Yeah, and so many, we're talking about Inga. Now, Inga is a massive hydropower potential for this country. The potential is 100,000 megawatts total. Think about it. And we're trying to light up and power Africa, make that my biggest thing as president of the African Development Bank. So, if we can actually help the Democratic Republic of Congo to actually unlock the potential of Inga, Africa is lit. Industrialization, all the things that Victor was talking about continental free trade area, market of $3.3 trillion. You can't do anything on that unless there is power. And so this is the country that has the massive amount of potential for that. And when I went to see him, they showed me the Grand Inga, and I asked, what's the name? They said Inga actually means yes. That's actually what the name. So the president said, you know me. It means yes. I said, Mr. President, as president of African Development Bank, I say yes to Inga. And so with investors that are actually going to be there on the energy sector is a massive thing. The other one I want to say is the agriculture. Now, this is a country of 80 million people, maybe 81 million people. But they have 80 million hectares of arable land. Looking at Dangote, looking at all the folks, and Senator, thank you for all the great work that you've done. But you're talking about 80 million hectares of land. I've said this many times before. Oil and gas is great. Nobody drinks the oil. Nobody smokes the gas. But everybody eats food. That's why we're here this morning to have breakfast with the president. They need massive investors in agriculture and agribusiness in the Democratic Republic of Congo. To wrap up my points, let me tell you what we are doing and why I think that you've been here. It's very important for me to give you reassurance that if you are going to be investing in this country, you'll be making the right investment. You look at this country's economic growth, 2017, 3.7%. Last year, 5.8%. You're looking at macroeconomic side. Normally, you look at how much you have in terms of fiscal deficit. This is a country with 0.1% of their GDP as fiscal deficit. Your sales budgets. Their inflation is 7.5%. And you have a president who is actually coming from the private sector, who understands what needs to be done for business investment and regulatory environment to be improved in there. We've been investing there as African Development Bank since 1973. And how many years of marriage is that? I cannot think of marrying Mr. President because I have 35 years of marriage with my beautiful wife by tomorrow, so that's why I'm actually But with that amount of time of development, of investment. We've invested $6.1 billion. And from 2013 to 2019 alone, we put in $1.4 billion. And we're going to put in more in energy, in infrastructure. We're going to do a bridge. That's a rail bridge that will link the Democratic Republic of Congo with the Republic of Congo. Actually, they are quite close to each other, but there is no bridge linking them. And that's a $550 million investment that Africa 50, which I chair, and also the African Development Bank as well. I thought I would end on the bridge side, because there is a need for a very effective bridge between Nigeria and the Democratic Republic of Congo. That bridge is fundamental. 81 million people, Nigeria and DRC. These are the largest countries in terms of population. I would like Nigeria to build an effective investment bridge with the Democratic Republic of Congo. Because when you unlock their potential, plus Nigeria's potential, and then Africa will be able to develop, but do so with pride. Your Excellency, Mr. President, your father was right in giving you that baton. He was very right in giving you that binoculars. Right here are people and investors that will help you turn that vision of yours into reality. I'm a Nigerian. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of my country, but I'm proud of you, and I know you will be happy. Thank you. Welcome.
À leur disposition cette richesse, ce capital, en leur permettant, par un encadrement responsable, de pouvoir investir là où ils
make sure that we cut off the waste that we have extended to our youths. Currently, the youths of Africa, whenever they actually have a little capital, they start thinking that it's a means that will help them to leave the country or Africa to go to other places to look for greener pastures, whereas these opportunities are actually present here in Africa and in our countries. Unfortunately, for most of our youths, they go for such adventure, taking such enormous risk up to the point where most of them lose their lives. And that is the kind of drama that we've been seeing for a couple of years now, with all the attendant issues of migration towards Libya, who think there is an El Dorado which doesn't exist. And this has actually made quite a number of them to actually not even get to their destination. It is quite dramatic, because these are very important energy that we are losing in this direction. It is therefore in this direction that I have put myself, and I think that if we as leaders of this continent actually have the same mindset, we'll be able to accelerate the development of Africa. To come back to my country, the Republic, Congo Democratic Republic, I would like to say that my country offers such a large opportunity for exchange and business.
Ces règles qui sont édictées au Congo même. Et c'est au nom du changement de ces mentalités, de ces habitudes, que j'inscris mon combat. Donc, un des plus grands défis après la paix et la sécurité.
Nice to have you back to the studio. With the volatility of the stock market still affecting the performance of equities in the past months, it's now time to join Bosede Abel for a review of the capital market in the week ended 26th of July 2019.
Hello, you're welcome to the market segment of the portfolio. Now the NSE All Share Index market capitalization for week ended 26 July both depreciated by 0.003% to close the week at 27,918.59 and 13.6 trillion naira. A total turnover of 1.069 billion shares worth 11.3 billion naira in 16,346 deals were traded by investors on the floor of the exchange. All other indices finished higher with the exception of NSE Main Board, NSE Banking, NSE Pension, NSE Insurance, NSE Africa Dividend Yield, and NSE Oil and Gas indices, which depreciated by 0.28%, 0.39%, 0.18%, 0.94%, 1.13%, and 0.19%. The financial services industry led the activity chart with 606.4 million shares worth 5.3 billion naira traded in 7,529 deals. The ICT industry followed with 225.5 million shares worth 1.7 billion naira in 751 deals. The third place was the conglomerates industry with a turnover of 66.3 million shares worth 85.9 million naira in 890 deals. Trading in the top three equities: Courtsville Business Solutions PLC, United Bank for Africa PLC, and First City Monument Bank FCMB Group PLC accounted for 402.6 million shares worth 819.8 million in 1,526 deals. A total of 753 units of exchange-traded products, ETPs, valued at 102,213.02 were traded in 8 deals. A total of 22,242 units of federal government bonds, valued at 22.5 million naira, were traded in 15 deals. 31 equities appreciated in price during the week. 29 equities depreciated in price, while 109 equities remained unchanged. That marks the end of the market review for portfolio. Chimobi takes over the concluding part of the program.
Thank you, Bosade. And that's the size of our package for this week. You can send us your comments and suggestions on the platforms showing there on your screen. Till next week, I'm Chimobi Walter Naji. Do have yourself a great week.